Good morning, Sir Ronnie. Morning, Sir Ronnie. Sir Ronnie. Okay,
Good
good morning,
morning.
sir. Sir, code pala. Code pala yung susulat namin. Sabi ko kanina, sir, new meeting and then code po. Oo. Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you po. Thank you and good morning, everyone.
Magandang umaga po sa ating lahat. While waiting for the others to come in, let's have a short mental exercise. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so kaway-kaway tayo dyan. Hello, good morning. Hi, Ma'am Jonathan Calaweng. I can see you here.
Yes. And Sir Dane, I would like to
Yes.
know if Ma'am Karina, also Ma'am Eloisa, and yes, are there to cover the event, and with Chairson, of course, Bariwan of Cagayan National High School. Are they in?
Let me check, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you.
I don't think they are here. They have yet to come in, perhaps.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I cannot still see them in our list, ma'am.
Okay.
I will be sending searchers on the link po. For a while po. Blessed morning.
Yes,
Hi, Ma'am
thank you,
Jonah.
Jonah. Thank you, Ma'am
Welcome
Jonah.
po.
Thank you.
Pag-share na lang yung link natin mga ma'am, sir. Salamat.
Okay, may we have a short mental exercise? Okay, let's have a short quiz, okay, to recall some of the things we have to know about senior high school. Just send your answers through our chat box, okay? Yeah. First question, okay? Mama Jo has a surprise for all of us. Surprise prize, okay, for all the winners.
You will be surprised.
You'll be
Surprise!
surprised. Okay, because the first winner will be taking home a house and lot on a pot. Okay, first question. Okay, the first one to send his or her answer to our chat box will be the winner if he gets or she gets the correct answer. First question. How many tracks do we have in the senior high school? Okay, baka nakalimutan na natin. Yeah, we have Sir Marvin Matias, 5. Ma'am Jonathan Calaweng, 4. 4 from Sir Ariel Iringan, 4. Okay, I think we have some inconsistencies here. We have also 5 from Ma'am Marian Timple. Okay, yeah, 4 from Ma'am Marian Unshan. Okay, may we ask? Let me ask Ma'am Marian Timple. Okay, she answered 5. What are these, ma'am? Hi, Ma'am Marian.
Hello, sir. Good morning po.
Yes, see, sabi ko nga eh. Kakaiba tayo ng sagot. No? We have 4, we have 5. Okay,
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
I think there's some confusion here. Yeah, Ma'am Marian, answer.
I think we have 5 tracks. First, we have academic. Second, we have TVL. We have sports. We have arts and design. So we have only 4.
See? Yeah.
We have only 4.
So, you realize we only have 4 tracks?
Yeah. Akala ko
Yeah.
kasi hiwalay ang ang arts sa arts and design as one pala. So we have 4.
Oh, see?
Sir,
Okay.
Sir Dante,
Yes. Yes, sir.
meron tayong bago yung maritime.
Oh, so therefore there are 5. You know,
Yeah.
I don't know
Thank you,
that.
sir, for the info.
Yeah.
Maritime yung
Okay.
ano.
So therefore, the correct answer is 5. May we see who got the correct answer? Ma'am Jonah, sabi niya. Okay, see? Imagine that. That could be easy for all of us, but you know.
Now we know.
Now
Now
we
we
know. I think I got a good first question there. Okay? But may I ask Sir Marvin Matias? Sir Marvin, when did you know that we already have 5? Hi, Sir Marvin. Is it your instinct? Sir, I think you have to unmute your audio.
Okay, good morning, sir.
Hi, Sir Marvin.
Yes, sir. I am aware of the unique track. I think they call it unique track for the maritime maritime related track.
Oh, is this something new, Sir Ronnie? Okay, thank you, Sir Marvin. I think,
Okay,
yeah.
thank you.
Oh,
Welcome.
you are, okay, updated, huh? Okay, Sir Ronnie, I think we don't offer this stock in the region, right? Hi, Sir Ronnie.
Can I butt in?
Ah, yes,
Oh,
sir.
hello.
Of course,
Hello,
Sir
Sir Dante.
Adelio.
Yes,
Morning.
okay.
Yeah.
Sir Aurelian is correct that in Region 2, we are offering 5 tracks that includes the maritime education offered only by one institution, that is University of Cagayan Valley.
Oh, okay. That's good trivia. That's nice trivia, sir. Okay, that's for private school, no? Okay. Yeah, because in the public school we don't offer that. Maybe
Yes, we
perhaps
don't
that's
we
why.
don't offer that because we do not have the means.
Oh, but I think should we offer now?
It costs millions for us to
Ah,
offer that
okay.
because of the very expensive laboratory equipments for maritime education.
Okay, so we're learning here from this quiz B. Okay, so sorry, Marvin is our first winner for this quiz B. Okay, let's move on to the next. O baka yung iba, nag-review na dyan. Okay.
Sir, saglit. Sir,
Yes.
saglit.
Ma'am Jonah, you want to dispute that?
Oo, kasi may nabasa ako, sabi niya dito, maritime specializations, and it is under TVL po. Paki-correct na lang po ako kung mali yung source ko. Teacherph.com po siya. So kung under po siya, kung specialization po siya under TVL, hindi po siya pwedeng i-regard as one separate track, di po ba? Hindi po kasi.
Yeah, you know what I know about Ma'am Jonah also? In fact, I was
Yes.
surprised by that 5 tracks. Although
Oo.
Sir Ronnie told us now it's 5. But
Oo.
you know, prior to that, I knew it was 4.
Opo. Kasi under TVL po siya, it's a specialized track under TVL kasi. So kung sasabihin po natin na pang-5 siya, baka there will be duplication of errors kasi. Pasensya na po ha.
Yeah, that is one thing. It's
Yes,
one thing we
I
have
agree.
to clear about. Let's clear the cobweb there. Okay. Hi, Ma'am Josephine. Do you have something to say?
Yes, I know for a fact that there are only 4 tracks. That's why I said, oh, Jonah won already. Yes, no? And for that maritime in private school, I think it's really under PVL and it's a specialization. Okay, but
Okay.
please
Yes
correct
po.
us, Sir Ronnie, in case.
That's an
Please
additional
correct us. of the info.
specialization po for TVL.
Yes, yes.
Oh, now which one is correct? I think we have to learn from. Okay, so I think Ma'am Jonah has a source for that.
We need to
So-
search more about it, sir. Opo.
Yes,
Thank
yeah.
you.
So it's something that we could not conclude right now because I think the answers have given us point to do further research to be able to clarify which one is correct. Do we have 5 or 4? Okay, so nice. Okay. Next question. How many core subjects do we offer in the senior high school? Okay. How many core subjects do we offer in the senior high school? Ma'am Celia is 15. May we see? Other answer. Oh, takot na silang sumagot. Oh, okay. No worries. 15. 12. See? We have different answers again. 17. You know, I'm just calling the answers. I had a question, but with your answers, oh, confused na rin ako. We have 15. Yeah. Okay. may we hear from Ma'am Glenna. Hi, Ma'am Glenna. Congratulations. Okay. We have Ma'am Glenna, a new, okay, I think she's now with central office. Okay, Ma'am Glenna, would you mind to recite all the core subjects?
Ay. Komunikasyon at pananaliksik, pagbasa at pagsusuri, 21st century, CPAR, MIL, GenMat, Statistics and Probability, Earth and Life, Physical Science, Intro to Philosophy, Physical Education and Health, Personal Development, UCSP, Earth Science, at saka DRRR.
Okay, do you agree that we have 17 core subjects?
Yes na yes.
Yes, sabi ni Ma'am Jonah, 17 kung ibibilang ang Earth Science and DRRR. Okay. Wait, there's a condition. What if we don't include DRRR and Earth Science? So do we only have 15?
Magiging ganun, sir.
Oh, Ma'am Jonah, explain.
Yes, opo. Because for the STEM strand, we give them Earth Science, and Earth Science is considered as a core subject for STEM. But for other tracks and strands kasi, we give them Earth and Life Science. And then, ganun din po sa DRRR, Disaster Readiness and Risk Reduction. It is only given for STEM strand. It is categorized as a core subject for them, but for other tracks and strands po, physical science ang core subject nila.
Okay, nice explanation. Yeah. Okay. Anyone who would like to disagree with Ma'am Jonah's explanation? May we have, I think, yeah. Ma'am Celia. Hi, Ma'am Celia, the first one to answer.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, ma'am.
Hi. So in your counting, we did not include the RRR and Earth and Life Science.
Yes, sir. Kasi po nakalagay naman po doon sa list natin na naka-asterisk po yun, sir. For STEM lang po kasi yung dalawang specialized subject na yun. Pero naka-consider siya na under core pagka-STEM po kasi.
How should we reconcile this? For example, pag may exam na, what is the best answer? Do we have to say 15 or 17? I think you have something to say.
For non-STEM, like us in sports, arts and design, TVL, and some of the academic subjects, 15 only. But for the STEM, sabi nga po ni Ma'am Jonah kanina, is included po kasi sa kanila ang DRR at saka po ang Earth and Life. Earth Science.
Okay, so halito ano?
Yes po.
In fairness, paano pag exam ito? So what should we answer, 15 or 17? Okay,
magiging magulo sa atin, sir, kasi pag sa amin na area ng track namin sa sports is 16 kasi meron po kami Earth and Life Science po. Pero sa STEM po kasi is Earth Science plus meron po silang additional na DRR na subject.
Okay. Thank you, Sir Ariel. Thank you. Nice. I think Ma'am Mary Ann is raising her hand.
Yes,
Hi,
sir.
Ma'am
Good
Ann.
morning po.
Yes.
Sir, I believe the core subjects depends on the track po.
Yeah.
Opo. Bali, kung if we will depend it on the track, we have 15. Pero ang tanong mo kasi kanina, how many core subjects? So you did emphasize kung per track, so dapat 17.
Okay, there's no correct answer to a wrong question.
Correct, Sir Dave.
Sana na-specify kung per track or
Correct.
regardless of the track.
Yeah, we can
correct.
never find a correct answer to a wrong question. Okay, so we have to rephrase the question, no? I think
Rephrase,
it-
sir. Rephrase.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
So
rephrase. Sir
that's
Dave,
it. Yes, ma'am.
actually, I was also confused. I was torn between 15 and 16.
And
And
17.
then I referred to Mr. Google. So thank you very much for the answer. But let us again, no, this is a reminder that we have to read our handbook. We have anyway handbooks in senior high school, no,
Opo.
given to school heads. Okay.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
this is a very good opportunity for us that we are informed and we know we are
Opo.
updated. Okay. Anyway, are we not going to start yet?
Okay, ma'am.
Ronnie.
Yes, Ma'am Jo.
Yeah, thank you, Ma'am Jones.
Hello, Ma'am
So,
Josie.
Okay na po?
Ma'am Josie, hintayin natin sila, Ma'am S at saka si Sir Ray bago tayo mag-start.
Okay,
Thank
sir.
you.
Sir, walang flight ngayon.
Hindi pa sila naka-enter eh. Yung link kasi ang nag-ano sa atin.
I
Sorry.
think before
Sir, walang flight ngayon.
their boarding pass.
Wala pa
Oo.
sila. Mag-ano pa sila, sir? 14 days na ano pa lang.
Welcome to Philippine Airlines, ganun.
Yes, Philippine Airlines.
Hello.
O kaya mag-maritime na lang sila, sir. Punta sila sa
Hindi ka pa
barko.
napasok? Nag-text
Ma'am Jo,
sa...
Yes,
Ma'am
ma'am.
Jo,
Yes.
Ma'am Jo,
Yes.
I just went to see Sir Ray kasi wrong din yung link na nag-link inan niya. We can just start down and he will just come in later na lang.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Okay, Sir Ronnie. Yes, ma'am. Good morning, Ma'am S. Nice to
Good morning,
hear you
Sir
po.
Ron, and good morning everyone. Opo.
So can we start now, Ma'am Jo?
Yes, please, Sir Ronnie. Pwede na po, Sir Ron? Yoo-hoo, Sir Ronnie.
Ma'am Dayan,
Sir Ronnie, okay na po?
The link provided below just lately. Sir Ronnie. Hello?
Sir Ronnie, okay na po?
Yes, Ma'am Jo. Ma'am Jo.
Okay. Yes, sir.
Wala pa yata si Ma'am Stella. Hindi pa nakapasok.
Andiyan na, sir.
Andyan na?
Nagsalita na po siya, sir.
Ay, okay. Sige.
Okay.
How,
So, sir,
how about our ASDS, ma'am? Is she here?
So we are 61 in
Yes.
all.
Sir, in-invite mo si Ma'am Marites?
Yes, Ma'am. Na-send ko sa ano niya.
Ay,
But is she
Wala
here
ako.
now because she's going to deliver the open remarks?
Actually sabi ni Ma'am Stella kahapon na siya na daw yung mag-opening.
Okay.
okay, sir.
Ma'am
Okay,
S,
sir. Thank you po.
Ma'am S, tama ba yung sinabi ko, Ma'am S? Hello, Ma'am S.
Ronnie? Yes, Sir Ronnie. Yes, sir.
Ikaw yung mag-opening remark?
Oo na. In change of
Okay.
yes, one kung tulad sa objectives and
Okay, sige, Ma'am. Thank you.
I am
Sir,
instructing the
sir.
other supervisors in the other link.
Okay, Sir Dante, pwede nang ano? Pwede nang
Yes
start
po.
tayo. Okay,
Again po,
thank
good
you.
morning po sa ating lahat. We are heading towards a future less traveled by. We at the Department of Education have to undergo the test of fire to be able to finish this journey. But to reach our destination means we have to make the best preparation. Welcome to this virtual orientation on the guidelines for work immersion implementation in the new normal. To begin, may we all rise and sing the Philippine National Anthem and offer our prayer with our audiovisual presentation.
Ang bayan ko'y tanging ikaw, Pilipinas kong mahal, 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 ang bayan ko'y Ay, bayan ko'y tanging ikaw. Pilipinas kong mahal. Sa iyo'y ikang paglingkuran ako'y papangkayan Pilipinas kong hirap.
Dear God, thank you for the opportunity to live together. Please help us to come together to make this institution reflect beauty. Breathe life into our ideas and decisions. Help us build a team that has love and respect outside. Give us the strength to continue working for your kingdom in this time of need. Lord, come give us the inspiration to be the best we can. May we be a shining example of your goodness and truth within, wherever we go. Inspire our thoughts, discussions, and ideas, and continue to remind us that all that we do here today, all that we accomplish, is for the pursuit of truth. Lord, we ask these things in your name. Amen.
Sir Dante.
I'm sorry.
Sir Dante.
Yeah. Okay, sir. Yeah, I think I did not open my microphone. Sorry. All right, let's pull ourselves together for this activity. At this juncture, maybe we listen to our Assistant Schools Division Superintendent, Ma'am Maritos Llanes, who recently joined us in the division for her opening remarks. But I think she is represented by our very own CID Chief, Dr. Estela Cabarro. Hello, Ma'am S.
Hello, Sir Ray. Could you hear Sir Dante, I should say? Hello, could you hear me?
Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
Yes po, ma'am.
Okay, clear lang ba? Yes, okay. Good morning, everyone. Of course, my special greetings to our very supportive school division superintendent, Sir Renante Caliduran, of course, Ma'am Marites Llanes, our newly installed assistant school division superintendent, our focal persons in the division of Tuguegarao City, and in the implementation of the senior high school program, of course, our school heads, our supervisors, both school heads on the private and public schools of the senior high schools, and of course the supervisors and our schools or school coordinators in the implementation of the senior high school program, particularly in the work immersion. Of course, at the outset, I would like to thank God for this sunny morning that He gave us today. And we thank Him also for the gift of strength and for the gift of wisdom. And of course, for this wonderful day that He installed for us to conduct this virtual orientation and the guidelines for the implementation of the work immersion in the new normal. Of course, when I went over the memorandum last night, I told Dr. Romy because I found out that the memorandum was released pala June 20. However, June 2, however, we just released it sometime the last week of January. Our apologies for that because we were not able to track. However, we could still cope up with the times. With the time, I think we could still implement the immersion program in the Division of Federal City in all our public and private schools. And of course, the guidelines should be discussed with you, with our focal persons in the Division of Federal City, so that we will be properly guided, especially on the house of the technical know-how, how the programming and the implementation of the work relation. I'm very thankful with Ma'am Carmen because it was through Ma'am Carmen that reminded me, or when she told me or she texted me that how shall we do the work immersion, and I told that Ma'am Josephine. I forwarded the message to Ma'am Josephine and we discussed. That's why with Sir Ronnie, we came out with this schedule. And of course, it's very important for us so that our senior high schools, particularly those in the technical vocational livelihood track or TVL, will be able to have their work immersion because they are the ones severely affected in this scenario. Because by all means, they should be in the on-site immersion program. For the other programs, for the news, for the sports, for arts and design and others, and science and research, they could just do it indoor. The schools would have a innovation on how they will conduct the immersion as stipulated in the guidelines. So this morning we are going to discuss this so that our senior high school graduates who will be graduating this school year will be properly oriented or will be immersed in the workplace, simulate employment, and to apply their competencies in the areas of specialization, like in applied subjects, in authentic work environments. However, as I have mentioned, with our present condition, we must be flexible enough to fit the complex setup in the Division of Federal City and in your respective schools. And of course, we have to consider also our partner institutions. So this morning, I know this will be a very rigid discussion because I noticed that there are lots of things that we'll be discussing, but I know with the help of God, the help of the Almighty God, who is always giving us the wisdom, I know that everything will be in place in the Division of Federal City in the implementation of work implementation program under the senior high school. So to all of you, thank you very much and for joining us with our PSDSS, while we go at the PSDSS, because with the program managers or the coordinators and school coordinators with the school heads, the PSDSS will also be monitoring the implementation of the work immersion programs in both the public and private schools. So, mabasa namin, and God bless you all. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ma'am S. You are right. It's a rigid morning for all of us because we have so many unanswered questions, and I think we'll find them in this webinar. Okay.
Yes, sure. Sure, fantastic.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you very much, po. There are a few reminders that we have to keep in mind as we attend this webinar. Sir Ronnie, May we have our presentation? Hi, Sir Ronnie. Hi, sir. Okay. Is he lost in transit? Hi, Sir Ron. Hi, Sir Ronnie. Where are you? You are now missing in action. Okay. I think I'm going to present the PowerPoint, sir. If you don't have with you.
Sir, kayo na daw po. Yes, sir. Okay.
Yeah, I think we just have some few reminders. We did not present through audiovisual. First, I think we have to find a place where we could have stable internet connection. Number two, we have to open our, we have here. All I thought you don't have, sir. Okay, number one, throughout the duration of the conference meeting, please use the mute button when not speaking. Okay. Yeah, I think we have participants who are not supposed to be on mute mode. Keep background noise to a minimum. There is time allotted for question. Kindly wait for the speakers to finish. Use raise hand function during open forum and chat box for inputs and comments. Next, always identify yourself and organization first before speaking. And another, we have, when speaking, mind your time in consideration to others. I think these are all our reminders, short reminders. At this point, may we welcome our public schools district supervisor, and I think in our invitation we find the focal person for senior high school. For the presentation of participants, let's have Sir Marlo T. Melad. Hi, sir. Good morning.
Hello. Good morning. Sir Dante,
Good morning. Okay, let's get going.
Good morning to our schools division superintendent, Sir Reynante Caliquiran, our SDS, and Ma'am Marites Llanes, our ESDS, our CID chief, Ma'am Estela Cabaro, our SGOD chief, Ma'am China Durian, Sir Ronnie, the proponent of this meeting, and everyone participating in this online work immersion orientation, a blessed day to all of us. As I present your school, I want you to deliver a hashtag, song, or saying about love, the senior high style or way. So, ulitin ko, please deliver a hashtag, song, or saying about love, the senior high style or way. So siguro mag-start tayo sa public high school. May we start Gosi High School. Hello, Gosi.
Good morning po.
Good
morning. Good morning.
Yes.
Hello po.
Yes, Gosi. Again.
Okay, ready? Gosi National High School. Ready na ba tayo?
Ready na.
Yes. Right, our hashtag. Go! Agosti National High School. Tuloy ang Good morning.
Okay, thank you very much, Ma'am Rochelle, and all the teachers of Gosi National High School. May we proceed to Katagdaman National High School. Hello, Kataggaman National High School. Paki-open ang cam. Hello, meron ba tayong Kataggaman National High School? Nasaan na sila?
Hello po sir, good morning po and good morning everyone.
Yes. So, paki-open ang cam. Saan si Sir Madino? Anong hashtag or song natin or saying sa Kataggaman?
Sana si Sir Madino.
Go, 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 Kataggaman.
Where are my companions na?
Oh, nawala. Nag-iisa ka, sir. Wala
Yes,
si
sir.
Sir Madino.
Hashtag Katagaman for the best. Yun na lang po sir.
Okay, sige. O, paki-call mo si Sir Madino, no? Inform mo siya.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, sir. We go to Linao National High School. Hello, Linao.
Good morning po, sir.
Hello.
Good morning po. Good morning po.
Good morning.
Come.
Good morning.
Okay, ready na po ba tayo? Linao National High School.
Ready now.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, go. Hashtag.
Hashtag.
Linao National High School. Victor High School.
Gathering
Gathering
together.
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 Okay. Thank you very much, Linao National High School. Let's proceed to Tuguegarao Clayans High School.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
morning. Robs?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, ready. Hashtag. Robs. 1, 2, 3, go. Hashtag. It's love that makes Pinay go round. Good morning.
Good morning, ma'am. Thank you for that, ma'am. Okay, let's proceed to Cagayan National High School.
Cagayan National High School, senior high, ready na po? Ready na po?
Yeah.
Okay, sige. 1, 2, 3, go.
Cagayan CHS Junior High.
Senior high. Thank you po.
Okay, thank you very much, National High School. Let's proceed to the schools. Okay, we have St. Paul University. Meron ba tayo sa St. Paul?
Hello, good morning. I'm the lone
Yes, good morning.
representative from St. Paul University, Philippines. So, this is our hashtag SPUP, sorry hi.
Okay, thank you very much, ma'am. Let's proceed to you, Luis. USLC. May representative ba tayo sa USLT? University of St. Louis? I think wala. Let's proceed to University of Cagayan Valley. University of Cagayan Valley? Hello? Meron ba tayong participants from University of Cagayan Valley? Ay, parang wala. Okay. Proceed tayo. International School of Asia and the Pacific. ISAP, meron pa ba tayong participants o may participants pa tayo sa ISAP? Sir Ron? I think wala sa USLT, UCV, ISAP. Wala rin sa ISAP. Proceed tayo. FL Vargas.
Parang wala sir, parang wala.
Wala sa FL Vargas. Myla Rosario College. Wala rin sa Myla Rosario. Ama Computer College. Wala. STI. Wala. CMIT. Wala rin. John Wesley College. Wala. Baka hindi nila alam yung siguro link na si Ron. Baka na, hindi na sila naka-join. Okay?
Hindi sir, may forward doon sa may forward doon sa chat box natin kanina.
Okay. Sige. So, I think isa lang sa private, Sir Ron, St. Paul University lang po. Okay, proceed tayo sa SDO family. Ay, meron po, John Wesley pala. John Wesley, sir. Sige po. Ano po yung hashtag or song or saying ninyo? John Wesley. Ano yun? Paki-open ang cam, sir. And yung speaker po ninyo. And shout your hashtag.
John Wesley College. All the world is my stage.
Okay. So, thank you. Thank you, sir. Okay, meron po tayong John Wesley College. So, dalawang private po natin, sir, nakasali. Now, proceed tayo sa SDO family.
Yes, hello. Good morning.
Hello.
Hello,
Good
morning. Good morning. Present po.
Okay. Siguro, Ma'am Cho.
Is the man his friend? It's the senior high that soars high in the new normal. All together, we are you. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning to everyone. Present po.
Everyone po. Present po
Okay.
kami.
Good morning, everyone. So again, Atiang umanit ang ngamin, mabalo, and bot mebulo utam. Good morning.
Thank you very much, Sir Marlo. All together we sing, together, oh city, a beautiful place, a home for you and me. Okay, at this juncture, may we welcome our very own icon of good governance and leadership for his inspirational message, Sir Renante Z. Caligiran, our school's division superintendent. We will give him a round of applause. Hi, sir. Good morning.
Good morning. Kumusta po tayo?
Morning, sir.
Morning po, sir. Magaling na MC natin, si Sir Belia. And I see on the screen our school heads who are attending two equally important online activities, because our school heads are actually in attendance to the DIATCO online webinar initiated by USEC Escobedo, but they are still joining our virtual undertaking with Sir Ronnie. Kaya saludo ako sa inyo at siyempre sa ating president, higit sa lahat Sir Ronnie Arellano, because we are able to influence our participants to still attend despite equally important undertakings that they have with their request for their participation. So, Sir Ronnie, congrats. Akala ko i-postpone mo ito. Sayang kasi yung araw. And we
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much.
We have had a conversation with Sir Ronnie early AM this morning. Ewan ko kung nakaligo na siya kanina. Tawagan ko siya.
Hindi pa, sir. Kakigising ko kanina kasi nag-grass ako dun sa presentation.
Oo, kasi when I woke up early this morning, I had to review our calendar and nakita ko na po sabay-sabay. Ito na ako. So baka pakikumustahan natin sabay-sabay. So naku, kawawa yung ating mga kasama sa field. Pero parang normal na kasi, it is already inherent upon all of us, the commitment that we have. Pati ito, si Ma'am Cora, kitang-kita ko kahit na in charge sa kindergarten, uma-attend si Ronnie sa yung discussion on guidelines. Paano kaya nila ito sa kindergarten? Parang yung mga EPSS natin ang sisipag, yung mga PSDS natin ang sisipag, yung mga department heads, ay Jonah, Jubilan Jonah, I am happy to see you.
Morning po.
And of course to Ma'am Estela, our most outstanding chief.
Good morning po.
Our most outstanding chief of DepEd Region 2. And of course, I know that the senior high school coordinator, Ma'am Josephine, is joining us in this convergence. And
Hello. Good morning po. Morning, sir.
Hello po, Ma'am Jo. Sobrang busy kayo. Kumusta po yung inyong kalagayan ngayon? So,
sir, coping quite well. Thank you very much.
Madaming trabaho ni Ma'am Jo Pero syempre, siguro nakabawi kami sa inyo, Ma'am Jo, dahil sa sobrang trabaho nyo. Besides your being the most outstanding EPS for 2020, kasama ko si Ma'am Jo doon sa model employees during the first month of quarter 1.
Thank you very much.
Pero talagang hindi nagpaplato ang commitment ng ating mga kasamahan. And I know that everybody possesses that driving force in us, which is commitment. And we have not in both from because you would like to have only one and the same interpretation of the guidelines in regard to senior high school immersion. We are aware that the guideline has already been issued and disseminated as early as June or July of last year pa. But because of the COVID-19 pandemic, I think we didn't have time to call for you, for everyone to be able to brainstorm on how we could contextualize its implementation in our SDO and in consideration of restrictions in regard to health and safety protocols, di ba? So, hi to all of our school heads from the private schools. Konti lang sila, but we value their presence this afternoon. Whether we like it or not, the private education sector has been contributing so well in the delivery of quality education in the country. So we should always acknowledge their participation, because the more private schools we have in our place, the better is the partnership and the collaboration and everyone's unique contribution to continuous improvement and personality development of our clientele, specifically in the senior high school, because this is actually for our senior high school learners. So my greetings of a healthy and safe morning also to all of our teachers in charge of Immersion. Probably the department heads are the ones in charge, and in some of our schools offering senior high school, there is one assigned to really focus on immersion. But of course, there is a limitation in the conduct of immersion, as you might have already noticed in the guidelines because of the COVID-19, and it's not even a requirement when the offering is general academic. So I like this opportunity to see you online because, of course, it is an opportunity for us to say hello, kumusta na kayo? Baka naman tayong lahat ay medyo napupurga na doon sa pinagagawa namin sa division office, just like the side-by-side conduct of online kumustahan. But of course, we will be issuing a localized policy on this so that we will have no conflict of schedule. Please just give us time because everybody is involved in the transition from the traditional to the online platform. Mahirap i-perfect ang mga bagay-bagay, and everyone is still in the process of improving our adaptability quotient because of environmental and health states of our country and worldwide. So just be open. Our online convergence is an opportunity for you to be able to think. It is a mental exercise, and that for you to be able to speak and then act. And it is still in line with our PDCA cycle of ISO quality management system. So you have come to discuss the guidelines. So it is an extension of the planning stage. Then you will have to implement it. So you move to the next cycle, is do. And then later on, you will check how it is implemented. And then if there are concerns and issues, then you will have to act again. So you will always be governed by the PDCA cycle: plan, do, check, and act of quality management system. We have to do away with this cycle, the 4 phases that is required of the PDCA cycle of ISO quality management system. So aside from that driving force that we would like to have only one and the same interpretation of the guidelines, I know that it is also self-fulfilling that after we have understood, we have construed in only one interpretation the substance of the guidelines, then there is assurance that everything is in control, diba? Because that is supposed to be the question that each one of us should ask of ourselves of any of our programs. So if it concerns senior high school, the question as to are we under control should be collaboratively responded by each one of us. And again, since the rest of you will still be participating in that DIATCO national webinar, and if there are lower level activities being required of you by our PSDSS who are also logged in with us, because they are also on TOS and they are into so many activities, I hope that everybody is in the right direction. So my dear colleagues in the vineyard of education, let us always remember that our health is our priority. And then considering that everyone is safe and healthy, you sustain your being on TOS, you learn from each other, huwag tayong mahiya. Because this is also VOC, Voice of the Customer opportunity for you. So you share your thoughts, you ask questions, you learn from each other's sharing of good and innovative practices in your schools, in your districts. And I know that this convergence online will be a sharing that will bring about beautiful lessons to reflect on. So congratulations. Let us continue on doing great things for each and every one and for our clientele. Mabuhay po.
Thank you very much, Sir Ray, for always bolstering our courage and driving us to where our division should be, no matter how tough the circumstances we face. We believe that with you, all systems must go. Okay? At this juncture, we have come to the main point agenda of our convergence, presentation of the DMCI 2020-0085 by Sir Ronnie Aureliano. Let's begin with the TVL track. Hi, sir. Take the spotlight.
Hello, Sir Dante. Thank you very much. To our ever supportive and energetic father of the division, Sir Ray Caligiran, thank you very much po. To our new and accommodating ASDS, Ma'am Marites Llanes. To our equally admired chiefs, Ma'am Estela and Ma'am Gina. To my colleagues in the Curriculum Implementation Division, our PSDSS, EPS, who are on toes to support the activity. Sa mga minamahal naming public and private school heads, school work, immersion coordinators, and to our committed and dedicated senior high school teachers, magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat. I am so happy and delighted to see you all in this virtual activity. I know we cannot see personally in this crisis situation. It is for us to share our ideas and stress out issues and concern regarding the implementation of DepEd Memorandum Curriculum and Instruction 2020-0085 entitled Guidelines for Work Immersion Implementation During Crisis Situation. This guideline is our basis, which provides a clear direction in the implementation of this 2020-2021 work immersion in the new normal. This DepEd memorandum is anchored to DepEd Order Number 30, Series 2017, Guidelines on Work Immersion, and DepEd Order Number 39, Series 2018, entitled Clarification and Additional Information in the Implementation of Work Immersion. My dear friends, allow me to read to you the rationale of this activity. Number one here is the Office of the Curriculum Instruction through the Bureau of Curriculum Development, BCD, issues the guidelines on basis for the work immersion implementation of all senior high schools during this or during crisis situation. The ongoing COVID-19 pandemic has caused massive disruption in the education sector. In the context of basic education, crisis is a condition in which the regular operation of schools, including the relevant office in the division, region, central levels, is suspended, and each learner physical attendance in school is prohibited or limited. In the senior high school, the implementation of work immersion, which is required for the technical vocational livelihood, or we call this TBL track, is assumed to be severely affected in this scenario. However, learning should not stop even crisis situations. While limitations for learners and schools are recognized, the department should take a proactive stance in anticipating and planning for various service delivery conditions. Since schools are tasked to create their own class program per school year, it is highly suggested that grade 12 TVL track learners be prioritized to undergo work immersion while other levels take other subjects and undergo work immersion when normal condition resumes. This guideline will only take effect within the school year 2020-2021 for all senior schools or senior high schools unless sooner repealed, amended, or rescinded based on the continuing changes in the national situation. The objectives of this work immersion in the new normal are the following: to provide senior high school learners with opportunity to familiarize themselves with the workplace, to simulate employment, and to apply their competencies in area of specialization, applied subjects in authentic work environments. However, its implementation must be flexible enough to fit the complex setup and needs of learners, schools, and partner institutions in the country. As stipulated in DepEd Order Number 39, Series 2018, and DepEd Order Number 30, Series 2017, technical vocational livelihood work immersion is a requirement. So, work immersion for TBL is a requirement for graduation. It is mandatory to take this as a subject. Okay, take note, my dear school heads and our TBL teachers. While in the other tracks are optional, like academic, sports, arts and design track. It can be done in business simulation, capstone projects, culminating activity in academic tracks or track. The performing arts production, arts exhibit in arts and design, and apprenticeship for off-campus for sports. In 2020-2021 work immersion, we need to follow also the prescribed and suggested most essential learning competencies in the implementation of this activity. Number one here is, MELCs for the work immersion, pre-immersion. So we need to conduct pre-immersion for 2 weeks. So in this learning area of this pre-immersion, the learner are expected to understand work immersion. They also learn the behavior, or it should be discussed by the teacher, the expected behavior on work ethics, safety in the workplace, workplace rights and responsibilities, confidentiality in the workplace, effective conflict resolution, and teamwork skills. And it should be discussed also the work immersion rules and regulation. So that is in pre-immersion. And letter B, we should also appreciating the importance of credentials by writing resume, filling out application forms, visiting the concerned offices where the following could secure: the barangay clearance, police clearance, mayor clearance, medical certificates, and also the interview skills training. That is for the appreciating the importance of credentials. And letter C, discuss of portfolio. So we need to discuss also how to make and prepare their portfolio. Okay? And the activity of the teacher here, number one, the teacher should conduct the pre-immersion orientation via online, offline video, module, or other modalities. Number two, prepares materials for learners, or learner's guide in securing and accomplishing simple forms. Validate the accomplishment sample forms. Provide a checklist containing things to do and documents needed for pre-immersion, during and after immersion. Prepares also the mechanism in conducting a job interviews, trainings, and portfolio preparation like online, phone, and modules, and etc. No? And then the output of our learners here, they can make essay on how to conduct oneself inside the company, business establishment, working environments during the immersion period. And make also a resume, application, and sample clearance documents. Number two, work immersion, most learning or most essential learning competency, immersion proper. So this immersion proper, the number of hours may vary based on the learner's activity. No? So there's no specified number of weeks. The learning area of this, appreciating management process by observing, identifying, and deserving the followings: nature of business, description of products, services, target clientele, organizational structure, and company rules and regulation. Then for letter B, immersion proper, appreciating business process by observing and participating in safety, production, maintenance, quality assurance, customer satisfaction, housekeeping, hygiene, and others. For letter C, applying skills learned and proper values acquired in the school. So those are the three learning areas in immersion proper. For the activity of our teachers, the teacher should coordinate with the organization, establishment, parents, or concerned student progress. The intervention general author their students. The learner's output, written narrative on the profile of the company, business, establishment, or setting of work immersion. May contain charts, photos, or illustrations. And also, another output is written reports on the activities performed. Supervisor or teacher's rating, whichever is applicable. Organizational charts also. So these are the outputs of our learners in the immersion proper. Another one is written narrative on the profile of the company. Ano na to? Written reports on activities performed. Okay, natapos na yan. Then another one is daily tasks. Supervisor's rating, written narrative of what the students learn And the last one is photos or illustrations. Okay, for number 3, work immersion, most essential learning competency is the post immersion. This is good for 1 week for the post immersion. So we need to evaluate, or we need to see, the work immersion experiences by our learners. Presenting a portfolio with weekly diary entries. So we need to evaluate this. Comparing and contrasting school and work application of skill, knowledge, and attitude. Rating and update resume. Then reflecting on their work immersion experiences. Okay. For the activity of our teachers, they should also guide the students in submitting their portfolio. So we need to assist them, and guide them. Evaluate the organization, establishment, work immersion setting that provided the immersion venue. And guide the students in updating their resume. And the last one, guide the student in reflecting about their work immersion experience. Okay, so we need to monitor this, my dear teachers, For our output of our learners, portfolio. So accomplish the form, pictures of work site, and written outputs, projects with captions, illustration of activities, perform if needed or as needed, weekly diary, interview, accounts of signage, and recruitment issues, corresponding resolution, and sample written outputs, work immersion highlights, other relevant pictures, documents. And we need also to require the students to make their gallery, update resume, and reflection paper. So my dear school heads and teachers, those are the work immersion most essential learning competency. For our work immersion scheme, work immersion scheme of the technical, vocational, and arts, design, and sports. Academic is not included for this scheme, So there are 4 schemes in TBL, arts, design, and sports in this work immersion. Number 1 here is we can conduct our work immersion in this school. The school shall provide a mock environment given the available school facilities. arrangement shall be made between the school management, parents, guardians. The guidelines by the learning competency also, no? Senior high school learners will perform the activities. Okay, so in the school scheme, we also take note, no, that our facilities are ready to conduct or to accommodate our senior high school learners, specifically in TBL, arts, design, and sports. And number 2, we can also conduct home base. The learners shall perform their activities at home, but will be monitored regularly by the senior high school teacher. This scheme is applicable only for learners with available materials, tools that can be used to demonstrate their competency. So what are the example here? Like cookery, bread and pastry. Now I know some of our learners have this kind of facilities or equipment. Yung mga oven nila, mayroon siguro, no? Yung mga kitchen utensils. So we can conduct this in their home. Okay? Then number 3, community base. The school may arrange with the government and non-governmental organizations, such as local government unit, private sector, the necessary environment. They can participate in government's project, community development activities, and other relevant projects guided by the learning competency. Okay, so the possible strand here in TBL are the ICT, no? In the different offices or maybe government offices, we can deploy our learners. But be sure, we need to have guidelines or create guidelines or protocol guidelines regarding the safetiness of our learners. Then for number 4, school and industry tie-up. The school and partner institution shall arrange the needed environment of learners, provided that the physical distancing is observed at all times. Okay, so we need to tie up with our industries. No? For automotive, there are automotive services in our locality. No, we can send them, but be sure we need to give them, or we need to discuss and give them a proper guidance regarding health protocol, no? Before we are going to send them in the industry. Okay, so those are the 4 schemes that we can utilize in TBL, arts and design, and sports. So these four are applicable to this track. Okay, I'm focusing now on the technical vocational livelihood, TVL track. Our suggested activities, and for the academic suggested activities or academic track suggested activities will be presented by Ma'am Josephine Gamat, and for the arts and design and also sports will be presented by Sir Randall Talamayan. Okay, so these are the suggested activities for the TBL in industrial arts. Take note, my dear teachers, especially for TBL teachers. For industrial arts, most of our strand here is, or I should say, suggested in school and home base. For automotive servicing, wala naman tayong motorcycle or small engine servicing, only automotive servicing in Cagayan National High School. No? So for this scheme, conducting home service repair of vehicle, repair and maintenance of school vehicle for faculty-owned vehicle. So hoping that this our faculties, teachers also allow our learners to make or do repairs of their cars, but with the supervision of their specialized teachers. And electronic product assembly also, repair of appliances, electric fan, oven, television, rice cooker. No? So you need to coordinate with our teachers if they have some appliances or destroyed appliances, no? Or they need to make some repair. Okay, so not only for our teachers, if there are students or learners who have destroyed appliances, you may give them one application for our work immersion. Then for electrical and maintenance, we can conduct this in school or home base. Maintenance and repair of school facilities. So kung may mga nasisirang mga electrical wirings natin, we may request our EIM majors. Rehabilitation of electrical wirings of laboratories, classroom, and repair and servicing of outlets and switches. So these are the basic for electrical wirings, no, or EIM majors. Installation of solar power system. Usong-uso na ngayon yung power system natin, no? Yung mga light natin hindi na nagkukonsumo ng current. So we can also invite, no, our electrical installation and maintenance majors to install our solar power system. So they are familiar on this. And building construction also, repair of classroom doors, or classroom door, window, or sewage system. Then refurbishment of dilapidated facilities. Construction and repair of tables, chairs, and cabinets. Okay. So I know our building construction offered in Linao National High School. In our other senior high school, they are not offering this. So isa lang po ang nag-offer. So maybe hindi lang sa repair of doors, windows, but also in masonry, no? They are also exposed on this. Plumbing, tiling. So I know Sir Joel taught all of this. Then for our welding, or we call this SMAW, sealed metal arc welding, we can conduct this in school or home base. Fabrication of security fence and grills, and also steel gates and metal fabrication. Repair of steel, iron chairs, tables, and window grills. So in our school, there are so many metal chairs, no? So if they need a repair, we can contact our SMAW specialized, no? And dome rack. Ito po yung domestic refrigeration and air conditioning. We call this dome rack. Repairing and maintaining refrigerators and air conditioning unit. So they are offering this in Cagayan National High School. So I know some of our school offices have this kind of equipment. No? So if they are destroyed, you may ask also the assistance of our dome rack specialized. Then for agriculture, I know there is no agriculture offered in our division, no? So hindi na natin ano ito. Actually, ang ino-offer lang natin sa division natin is industrial arts, home economics, and information and communication technology, ICT. So, kana natin to, no? So in Tuguegarao City Science High School, I know they are offering ICT, information and communication technology, no? For the home economics, home base for the cookery. No? As I've said a while back, you can conduct this in our home, no? Kasi mayroon tayong mga ano dyan, mayroon tayong mga equipment, mayroon tayong mga tools. Okay? Preparing and cooking demonstration, like preparing sandwich. So mga simple lang ito, no? Yung mga kailangan nating needed tools. Preparing hot and cold meals. Preparing desserts, cooking chicken menu, cooking pork, beef, fish, and marine products. Developing a cookbook. So, pwede rin silang gagawa ng sarili lang menu. Designing a lunch menu for a whole day week for hospitals. So, pwede rin silang, if they are requesting to prepare a lunch menu, they can do this in their home. Okay? For the bread and pastry, or we call this BPP, bread and pastry production. So ito po yung mga gumagawa ng tinapay natin. Okay? So pwede rin sa home ito kasi mayroon silang oven or mayroon silang yung maliit oven toaster o microwave oven. So pwede na rin yun siguro na gamitin, yung maliliit, okay? Instead of yung oven na malaki. Microwave oven. Pwede rin sa bread and pastry. Yung mga cookies ang linuluto nila dito. Then for food processing. Sa food processing kasi, mayroong processing of marine products, vegetable. So pwede rin gawin sa sa bahay. No? Preparing and processing fish production. Yung mga smoked fish, no? Sa Cagayan High School, ginawa na natin nung yung preparing smoked fish. Okay? So pinapausukan lang kasi ito. Processing by sugar concentrate, jam, jelly. Yung mga jam na yan, yung mga pineapple jam. Depende sa availability of our fruits and vegetable. Processing meat products, tapa, tocino, longganisa. No? Yun yung mga common sa atin. So pwede silang gagawa ng sarili nila, no? So we need to monitor this also. We need to give them guidance para hindi palpak yung ginawa nilang processing. Okay? So rigid monitoring ng mga teachers natin dito. Okay? In beauty care also, we can conduct this in home base. Dressmaking. Okay, sa beauty care, yung pedicure, manicure, and massage. Pwede natin i-offer yan. So kung gustong magpamassage yung mga teachers natin, mga parents natin, we can conduct on it. Okay? Then dressmaking. Designing and sewing personal protective equipment for welders, front health workers, food services. Yung mga apron nila, pwede rin gawin nila ito, pero that is already basic. Okay? Then designing an outfit costume for cultural presentation. So if there are presentation of our sports track, you can ask them for the help of these materials, no? Especially yung mga cloth, ganon. Okay, so instead of ipatahi sa labas, pwede na rin sa mga estudyante natin sa dressmaking or tailoring. Okay, so only Cagayan National High School offering dressmaking and tailoring. Other schools, wala po ito. And then the last one is handicrafts. Home base rin ito, no? Home base. Making novelty items out of available materials for specific purposes. Okay, so in home economics, if you notice, the suggested activities here is more on home base, no? Home base. So wala tayong restaurant, wala tayong hindi sa Jollibee, hindi sa bakery, pero lahat po ito home-based. Okay, take note, my dear teachers and school heads, these are the suggested activities that we can offer to our learners. Okay, so I think that is as ICT, no? ICT, Information and Communication Technology. Ito po yung ino-offer natin lahat, no? Computer servicing or Computer System Servicing, CSS. So they are offering this in Linao, Bosi, Katagaman, Cagayan National High School, and I think in Tuguegarao City, Science High School also. Okay, so we can conduct this in home base, repair and troubleshooting of desktop computer, laptops, mobile phone, medyo ano to, mobile phone. So, pwede sigurong mag-format sila, mag-install sa desktop natin at saka sa laptop. Yung mga office ng computer natin. No? Then another one is illustration. Cagayan High School lang po ang nag-offer ng illustration. Pwede rin natin i-conduct sa home base ito. Computerized illustration of historical events. Computerized illustration of PPE for hospital, public schools, or any workplace. So, pwede silang makapag-design ng mga PPE. And other, pwede rin siguro sa mga programs, no? Design of our invitation program, birthdays. Okay? Technical drafting, only Cagayan National High School and Katagaman. No? And we call this AutoCAD. So pwede silang makapag-design ng isolation or quarantine area. Designing of storage area for agricultural products. Or any plan or any design on the improvement of your school. They can also do some house planning, yung mga paggawa ng design of the bridges, no? So yan po ang trabaho ng technical drafting, or we call this AutoCAD. So pwedeng ipagawa sa bahay lang ito, okay? Then for broadband installation, hindi masyado sa ano lang, technical drafting, yun po yung last na in-offer natin sa TBL or the Information and Communication Technology. Okay? Broadband installation, hindi na natin offer to. Okay, so that's all, my friends. That's the end of my presentation. So again, thank you very much for your attention and for your listening. Again, good morning and God bless to all.
Thank you, Sir Ronnie Aureliano. I know our participants have taken down many questions they would like to raise, but I think we can do this after all our presentations are done. Okay.
Sir,
yes, Sir Ronnie.
Suggestion ko lang, sir, para hindi tayo masyadong hindi masyadong punong-puno yung pan natin mamaya. Pwede na rin mag-raise ngayon and then mag-proceed tayo kay Ma'am Josie.
Okay, so we have to entertain questions now
on the TBL track.
Yeah, okay, so you will just raise your hand for those who would like to raise their questions for some clarifications regarding the TVL track. Do you have questions, my dear participants? Anyone would like to raise questions?
Hello, sir. Good afternoon. Good morning.
Sir Stephen, Peter, okay. What's your question, sir?
Sa EPAS, no? Electronics?
No, sir. EIM po.
EIM, okay.
Regarding the forest schemes, sir, narinig ko po, ayon sa pagkakaintindi ko, lalo dun sa part na magkakaroon tayo ng partner, hindi po kaya ito against DepEd and IATF protocol na wala pa rin tayong face-to-face? Kasi kapag ang bata pumasok pa rin, either sa trabaho or sa school, I think that is also considered as a face-to-face learning.
Actually, Sir Stephen, at this moment, hindi tayo pwede, ano? So mayroon naman tayong option doon, in school, home base, community base.
Yan nga, sir. Yung sa...
So pag hindi pwede doon sa, hindi pwede doon sa tie-up with industry, siguro home base na lang tayo kasi pwede naman sa home base siguro mag-repair as long as they expose their expertise or they are doing something on repair, that's good.
Ayun, isa pa yun, sir, sa problema namin sa industrial. Pagdating sa home base, we don't have the students, don't have the proper tools, equipment, and materials to use. And in terms of monitoring, our concern is about their safety. Kasi po, pag ang monitoring lang namin is through online, we cannot assure the safety of each student. Lalo na pag sa akin po, example sa akin, pagdating sa kuryente, hindi po pwede sigurong puro video call lang ang pag-monitor ko sa kanila. And one more thing is, yung mga student ko, hindi lahat sila ay capable of video calls.
So, meaning sir, zero knowledge sila sa using of technology.
Hindi, sir, hindi sa zero knowledge, sir. Andun tayo, may knowledge sila. But the capacity nila to do the work at sa side namin naman ng mga teacher, estudyante pa rin yan, sir, they are still prone to mistakes. Paano pag nakuryente sila or nagkasunog sa bahay nila, ang sisisihin si teacher kasi hindi mo minonitor. Kung minonitor ko naman, hindi na yung guarantee pa rin safety nila kasi siyempre online monitoring lang pwede, hindi naman kami pwedeng pumunta siguro sa mga bahay-bahay nila.
Okay, sir, that's very nice queries, no? That's true that all your students are not having this kind of tools, no? Especially for electrical tools. Yung mga plier, screwdrivers. So, in this context, hindi ba natin pwedeng, sir? Di ba pwede nating makagawa ng paraan para siguro makahiram ng tools kung yung tools ang problema?
Actually, sir, hindi naman po yung tools ang pinaka number one concern ko sa mga bata. Kasi in their JDVP, meron po silang ibigay na tools.
Very good, very good.
Ang problema ko po sa EIM is the safety ng mga bata. Kasi doon na lang po sa JDVP nila, actually ang naibigay lang ng JDVP na gawain nila is paano lang gumawa ng extension wire. That is a basic. Kaso lang kung sasabihin natin immersion, medyo higher level na po ata yun. And my target, pag sinabi natin immersion, is talagang matuto yung bata on how to wire. Sa akin na lang po, pag immersion sa school, wiring board ang kailangan ko, sa plywood na lang, medyo gahul na yung bata. Hindi naman po pwedeng sa bahay nila. Si mamaya, magkamali sila, baka ma-brown out yung buong bahay nila. Teacher, paano sisihin? Yun po yung isa sa concern ko. Ngayon, dun sa isang scheme po, dun sa school, medyo dihado po kami sa Cagayan National High School, senior high, kasi yung kalahati ng area namin sa senior high school, quarantine and quarantine facility. And kapag pinapasok namin po yung mga bata doon, baka makita ng mga tao ng provincial government na may mga batang pumapasok, mayari na naman po tayo sa provincial government. Kasi good as face-to-face na kanila yun.
So, what is your suggestion, Sir Stephen? Kung wala sa apat yung one natin.
Actually, sir, wala akong may suggest sa ngayon. I'm thinking of any solution. Kaso lang,
exchange ideas tayo dito kasi you know you are much knowledgeable on this situation.
Yes, sir. Wala akong may suggest ngayon because there parang tinitignan ko yung both sides sa pros and cons ng mangyayari kapag nagpa-immersion tayo ng bata. Nagbe-base lang po ako dun sa mga 4 schemes na binigay ninyo. And I'm looking for the 5th scheme sana. Kaso lang, it might take time kung gagawin natin yun. Kasi number 1, sir, talaga is sa amin sa TVL, is number 1 na inisip namin, it's not only the safety of the child, but also the safety of his or her surroundings at sa amin din po ng mga teacher. So I hope na yung mga kasama po natin ay makapag-recommend ng solution or other scheme, baka may maisip po sila.
Kung ano, Sir Stephen, kung sa school, hindi ba pwede nating, for example, 2 o 3 lang yung mag-report? Hindi ba pwedeng, hindi ba possible yung ganon?
Possible, sir, kaso lang, ang
iniisip ko kasi, kailangan natin ng yung electrical board, ano? For them to have the wiring.
Yes, sir. Ang problema kasi, sir, sa school ngayon, kahit ako, sir, hindi ako makapunta sa classroom ko kasi naka-close yun. Andun ang mga locally stranded at mga quarantine facility, sir, from the old DO going to the back of Cagayan National High School, Senior High School, lahat po yun ay quarantine facility. Ang area lang po na mapapasukan namin is the twin building. Sa twin building na lang, mata na lang ng taga-provincial, papasok
Sir Stephen, para hindi tayo masyadong magtagal, i-parking natin muna ito. We will talk to Ma'am Grace and also with you para i-discuss natin ito, no? Kung how we are going to how we are going to solve this problem.
Okay, sir. Sige po. Noted.
Thank you very much, Sir Stephen.
Okay, Sir Stephen. I think Sir Stephen is raising a question which puts students in between life and death. So this must be something to really work on. I guess we also have one who raised his hand, Sir Renante Escobar. Hi, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Sir Ronnie, good morning.
Yes, good morning. Good morning.
Yes, sir. Actually, na-discuss na lahat ni Stephen yung gusto kong tanungin. Because I was really eager to ask, kasi kagabi ko pa binabasa tong memo.
Okay.
One thing more, i-add ko lang doon sa sinabi ni Stephen. Hindi lang po LSI ang nandun sa senior high school ngayon. Nandun din po sa gate namin ngayon yung mga positive cases sa building ng sports. MAPE, yung bagong building. So, I think it's not appropriate na doon ngayon mag-conduct kami ng school-based or work immersion. Alam po natin ng work immersion is real work situation.
Yeah,
Alam po yan, sir, diba?
That's true.
Yes. So, at this point in time,
expose them for the complete development of their skill.
Yes, hindi lang po yung pang-school na lang yung gagawin nila. So, kumbaga, ang gagawin nilang mga services is outside. Real work situation, kumbaga. Now, karamihan kasi ng industries ngayon, sir, nagle-lay off. And for your information, sir, there are government agencies now, hinihingi nila sa mga employees nila, job order and contractual to work for free because of the awa. At wala na nga o limited na po yung operation ng mga offices ngayon. So, kung ipapadala po namin yung mga estudyante namin dyan sa mga industries, nagle-lay off na nga po sila ng empleyado dahil wala nang masyadong tinatanggap na customers, paano po kaya yun? No?
Tama yun, Sir Ray. Actually, in this situation of Tuguegarao City,
yes,
talagang hindi possible yung ano tayo ng tie-up tayo doon sa industries. No? Hindi possible yon. So, ang mga suggested lang siguro na pwede dito, whether school, in-school or school home base. Ito lang yung mga possible na gagawin natin siguro sa Tuguegarao City.
Ang pinakamaliwanag siguro, sir, school. Basta maalis yung mga positive doon sa school.
Sa Cagayan National School, pag-usapan na lang natin with Ma'am Grace, no? Kung paano natin isolve yung problema na to.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you very much, Sir Ray. Thank you very much.
I think last one for this. Let's just have the last participant to question. May we have Ma'am Marian Anunciano. Hi, Ma'am Marian.
Okay, sir. Good morning po.
Yes po.
Yung concern ko lang po is about dun sa FBS, yung mga gamit nila, for example, for baking, like that. So, paano po yun, sir?
Hi, Ma'am Ann.
Yeah.
Hi, Sir
Yes,
Ron.
sir.
Did you get the question?
Good morning, Ma'am Marian.
Sir, dun sa
Ma'am
FBS
Marian,
po
hindi ko
natin.
masyadong narinig yung kasi nawalan ako ng internet.
Yes, sir. Dun sa FBS po natin,
Sir Ray,
di ba,
paki-off
for
yung
home-
microphone. Sir Ray.
Yes, sir.
Hi, Sir.
Ano yun, ma'am? Ano yun?
Dun sa FBS
FBS.
po natin for home
Bread and
use.
pastry. Yes, ma'am. Ay,
Paano
FBS,
po yung mga gamit nila for baking, like that, sir? Paano natin mai-ano sa mga bata?
ano ito, ma'am? Ano yung napili niyong home base ba ito or school, in school?
Yung sa home base po, for example, home base.
So, dito ma'am sa scheme na to, sa home base, kung home base yan yung napili nyo, pwede na kayo sigurong mag-design ng activity nila for them to do it.
Yes, sir.
For example, cookies yung na-decide nyo na gagawin nila, so they can make it in their small oven siguro, no? Kung wala silang oven, gawan natin ng paraan, baka pwede sa school rin gawin niya yung project niya. Or your output, the output of the learner.
Okay po.
Okay,
Thank you, sir.
thank you very much, Ma'am Miriam. Okay, Sir Dante, let's proceed to our next speaker, si Ma'am Josie. Thank you
Yes,
very
I
much.
know there are more questions coming from our participants, but
Sa chat box na lang, sir, no?
yeah, you may type
I
them.
will browse the chat box para hindi masyadong Thank you very
Yes.
much.
Thank you. Now let's proceed with the presentation of academic track suggested activities with our proactive EPS in English, Ma'am Josephine I. Gamad, our SHS focal person. Hi, Ma'am Jo.
Good morning, everyone. Morning, everyone. Gusto ko lang kumaway sa mga kasama ko dyan sa SDO family. Nasaan ang aking mga kapamilya sa division office. Hello, good morning, everyone. And to all who are attending this meeting. Okay.
Hi, Ma'am Jo.
Trucks, yes.
Morning
Okay.
po.
Good morning, sir. So where is my presentation, sir? Nasaan po, Sir Ronnie? Sir Ronnie?
Yes, ma'am.
Yung presentation ko po, sir, sir, I can see it po. All right. Anyway, good morning, everyone. And here we are again to yes, hello, sir. Am I
Hello, sir.
heard po?
Hello, ma'am. Hello. Yes, ma'am. Continue, ma'am. Continue.
Okay. So I answer, no? So trucks refer to the general categories that each different field of study belongs to. And today, this morning, I am tasked to read the suggested activities, no? And when we talk of academic track, we mean ABM. We also have gas, fumes, and STEM. Okay, so with the five senior high schools in our division, so you know what you know very well what tracks are offered, no, in your school. And again, when we talk of the suggested activities for ABM, we have, yes, sir. Where's my presentation? Okay, so simulation of operation of a micro business enterprise in the barangay. So may we tell, okay, all the school heads and administrators that because we are in quarantine restrictions, you may as well simplify, you may as well devise or design or craft activities that will of course ensure the safety of our learners, because DepEd means business, that our priority is the welfare and the health of our learners. And so here's one, and the class will be divided into groups with 10 each, and of course, no, you have their planning first, because careful planning is very important, and then establish, and then the operation of micro business enterprise, no? And you can see there also the required documents for each, okay? And it says there, the teachers will conduct pre-business simulation orientation to all students about the following. And I would like to tell you also, for those who are new in senior high school, that we have conducted Senior High School Expo in June 27, 2019 at the conference hall of Cagayan National High School. Last year, we also had in Cagayan National High School, we also have in Cagayan National High School, wherein they invited our partners. I can very well remember that, the program, so that our community will be informed of what the senior high school is doing. I was also invited into Tuguegarao City Science High School. And if you are a friend in my FB, you can see all the pictures, and you can see the learners' outputs that were displayed because of this, no? As a result of all this work immersion. Okay? So they cannot see my presentation, sir, but may I just go on? So it says here, let each group do research on and analysis of business opportunities. All right? So capstone projects, of course, no, it may take a wide variety of forms, but these are long-term investigative projects that culminate in a final product presentation or performance. Like students may be asked to select a topic or a profession or social problem that interests them, conduct research on the subject. Okay? And they also, no, in Cagayan High School and in Tuguegarao City Science High School, we saw the PSDSS and my fellow supervisors saw, and we also know, scanned the portfolio of findings or results of the students, and these are products really.
Hi, Ma'am Jo.
Yes?
If I disrupt you for a while, there are participants who cannot see your presentation.
Sir,
But we can see.
Sir, nakay Sir, ano po? Nakay Sir
Yeah,
Ronnie
we have,
po.
yeah.
Yes.
Wala ba sir? Wala ba sir?
I hope this would be resolved. Yeah, we have here Sir Richard and Sir Romel. They're asking mayroon bang presentation.
Ano, sir Dante, wala ba na ano?
Meron po
Sir Ronnie has
Meron.
nakikita.
Meron po, meron.
Meron sir, may nakikita naman ako. And I am just, nag-ano lang, nag-skim and scan na lang po ako kasi anyway, you have practiced all this. These are activities. The first column are activities and how to do it in the second column, and there are some examples. Okay? So, there. Yes, sir.
Pwedeng,
I cannot speak.
pwedeng i-discuss mo by model? Kasi may model.
By model, sir.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay, by model, sir. Suggested activities, sir, for cabinet activities for humanities and social sciences, strand and general academic strands. So, in my copy, this subject is designed to provide the students the opportunity to integrate their learning in the different learning area of the humanities and social sciences through a creative culminating activity. It focuses on the exhibits of authentic products and performances as evidence of their learning in the humanities and social sciences. So just like what I was saying a while ago, those are just examples. And in consideration of the current limitations, the following may be undertaken by the schools, like teachers must program the activities of learners where they can perform the learning competencies within the confines of their home. So earlier, we have their in-school and home base. Since the subject's performance standard is to produce a creative portfolio that will integrate their learning in specialized learning areas under humanities or social sciences, learners can be asked to, first, create a plan to make their portfolio, including its timeline, processes involved, and key concepts. Yes, they have their work immersion plan, and they submit that to our office. Write a concept paper that will encapsulate their learning in humanities or social sciences. They can also write insights after each part of portfolio that has been completed. Okay. And then we also have compile all outputs to include in their portfolio. Yes, sir. Sir.
Anong model na yung dinidiscuss mo?
Sir, these are the suggested activities only, sir. Not the model, sir.
Model niya.
Yes, sir. Model A, sir. We are still in model A.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Yes, sir. So that's what is being flushed, sir. And then write an overall reflection and learning based on the evaluation of their teachers, which will be given based on the condition of the locality. So when we also have witnessed this in Cagayan National High School and Tuguegarao City Science High School. So there, and for STEM, sir, I'm already model A, sir. So where is your, where is the, okay, for model A, model B. Okay, for model B, Okay na po, sir? Okay. Sir, it's moving po. Model B. Ayan, sir, nabasa ko na yan kanina, sir, for Model B. Nabasa ko na po yan kanina, sir. So, we go on, sir, with the next.
Tapos na ito, ma'am? Tapos na?
Yes, sir. Tapos na po yan, sir. These are just suggested activities, sir. Yun yung nasa copy nyo, sir. And then, I'll just go to, sir. I just go to suggested activities for science, technology, engineering, and mathematics system. So, ito
Tapos
yung
na rin yung ano, ma'am?
capstone.
Tapos na rin
Sir?
yung Model C? Tapos na yung Model C?
Ay, not yet, sir. Okay, sir. Yung ABM, sir, no? Eto, sir. Okay, may I read it again, sir. Okay.
Sa Model C, ma'am.
Okay, sa Model C. So, yan, sir. So, it says here, online selling or online business simulation for ABM students, especially when a lockdown is being implemented in the community. So, ayan na naman, we go back to quarantine restrictions natin. And we do, no? Many of us do online selling or online business simulation. So this one here is a model that need to follow the most essential learning competencies also, no? So we don't do away with whether it's online, whether it's done in home or in school, we really have to adhere still with the desired competencies for our students. So here are the below the activities also for business or high school students. Okay, and we have here start an errand running service. Oh, here no, start an errand running service like there the panda, okay, a panda or you apply as one who delivers goods, okay, become a moving assistant, become a scrapbook, offer home check service, become a personal shopper, become a holiday decorator, become a garage sale organizer, start gift wrapping services, start a candle making business, start a logo creation business, sell seasonal goods online, set up a social media consulting business, and we also have start a web design service, make a how-to videos, be a blogger, bake and sell dog treats, start a computer service, be a cake decorator, provide car wash services, start a photography business, bake and sell cookies, provide editing or proofreading services. Question, can this be done at home? Yes. Can this be done at home? Yes. And so, this DepEd, no, this yes, that's why we are here today, so that we know what to give, what to apply, or what intervention shall we give for work immersion to our learners. And so these are just one of the many of the activities. Okay, sir, we go on po. Sir Ronnie, next slide. For ABM, yes, sir. For ABM, it's Model D. Okay, accountancy, business, and management, ABM. So which schools offer this? Cagayan National High School, ABM. Linao, also. Do you have in Katagaman?
Yes. Hello, ma'am. In Linao
Yes.
po, we are offering STEM and HUMS po.
HUMS only. Okay. So in Katagaman is gas. I think they have gas, and they also have yes, they have HUMS and PVL. Right, Sir Dane? Yes. Cagayan High School, accountancy, business, and management. Okay. So there, Model D, drafting a business proposal, employing the different analysis tools like SWOT. Okay. So your strength, weaknesses, opportunities, and what is T again? And appropriate and technology, yes. And appropriate in the current condition of their locality. Okay, so no, for business, no, you have to have a proposal also to be able to be attuned or aligned with the community, no, the what is in the community or in the locality for Model B. Yes, sir. Kindly go on with the, threats pala. Threats, yes. I can see, no? Again, strength, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. Thank you. Most essential learning competencies. Okay, for, yes, Sir Ronnie. Next slide, please.
Ano yung
For ABM, sir, and then,
yes, ma'am. ABM po ito, yung most essential.
finish na po, sir. Finish na po yan. Sa content standard.
Tapos na sa content?
Yes, sir. Tapos na po yan, sir. So we go on to the next slide,
Performance standard?
Yes, sir. Performance standard.
Tapos na rin to?
Yes, sir. Tapos na po yan, sir.
So sa STEM na po tayo, STEM?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Sa STEM na po. Yes, sa STEM. Ito na, no? Merong ano dyan. You look at that map there. Okay? So, it's says there, Master Technology, Capstone. Okay? And you have been hearing of Capstone before, and we apply that. We have that also, no? And what is Capstone? Capstone is an exhibition, no? Okay? Or a multifaceted assignment that serves as a culminating academic and intellectual experience for students, typically during their final year of high school, okay? Or we call this at the end, no? We do it at the end. We see this at the end of academic program or learning pathway experience. So, in lieu of the word immersion in academic, a capstone project may be done by senior high school learners under the science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, okay, for Tuguegarao City Science High School, okay, the following guidelines shall be observed. The senior high school learner must consider the following in crafting the research. So we have seen many researches in Cagayan National High School during our expo and convergence. And it says here the deriving the research problem, which must be contextualized according to the learner's current situation. Okay, so we still have again to look into our situation. We look again into the learner's situation and its locality, and what is effective, and what will ensure safety of our students. So reviewing related literature and or studies, designing methods, ways of understanding, collecting, analyzing, and interpreting data, and reporting the findings. So there, and I read that we should not make the research, for example, in especially in STEM, for our learners to be the full-length research. Okay, and it should be clear that the senior high school learners' outputs would be limited to what the learners and the school are equipped with, which may be different from the research that they would like to do. Okay, that's it. And it should be noted also that they may be working on a limited support for conducting tests requiring research centers. Because in Tuguegarao, how many centers do we have for research? So I remember very well our Tuguegarao City Science High School and Cagayan National High School have their partners like DOST. Okay? The senior high school learner must maintain a portfolio of findings or results, create a final product demonstrating the learning acquisition or conclusions. So it may be a paper, of course, a short film, or a multimedia presentation, for example. And we also this in the Convergence and the Expo exhibited by Cagayan National High School and the Tuguegarao City Science High School. So we also have, it says there, yes. And moving on, sir. Sir Ronnie?
Most essential, ma'am. Most essential.
Yes, sir. Most essential. I can see the slide, sir. Most essential learning competencies for STEM capstone research. Okay, for content standard, the learners demonstrate understanding of a scientific problem or question, the scientific literature and its relevant to the chosen scientific problem, hypothesis formation, designing investigatory methodologies, establishing appropriate method of data collection. Of course, they were already equipped by the teachers before asking the students to be doing all this. Okay? And for performance standard, the learner should be able to present the study conducted both orally and in writing through a public presentation or defense and submission of a complete technical report or scientific paper. So again, we also this in the different schools in the division. Now it's just sad that we have quarantine restrictions, so we really cannot do it now. Most okay. So there also, okay, we have here weeks, no? So we have the first 4 weeks, and then you have there identify scientific problem, week 1 to 4, then set selection criteria for students relevant to a chosen scientific problem. That's also 4 weeks, week 1 to 4, review, digest, and concisely state the relevance of the studies cited and formulate possible outcomes of the investigation, or in the case of mathematics research, conjectures about the mathematical problem or topic. Design a strategy or sequence of steps that will address the scientific question at hand. Oh, see, there's a difference now, week 5 to 8. So they're here, that's the timeline, no? Select and apply appropriate methods of data collection, okay? And develop the criteria that will address the completeness of the data collection method. Question, what about today that we are in lockdown? Are we able to follow or observe the timelines? So it's up for you to devise, I said, or craft or design in which way will the students be safe and accomplish all these competencies. Extracting useful information from data sets, okay, and drawing logical conclusion. So this is very academic, especially in research, no? Very academic, but as I've said, we have already equipped our learners with the ABCs in research writing. Okay? And for performance standard, present the study conducted both orally and in writing through a public presentation. I have already read that, sir, a while ago. Presentation or defense and the completeness of the paper. So, yes, there, sir, done. Okay, have I done that? Okay. So, have I read that? Okay, for humanities, sir, we go to humanities. And how many of our schools also offer humanities? Yes, Linao, Cagayan National High School, Bosi, and Katagaman. They offer humanities. Yes, sir. May I see the slide po? Thank you. Yes, here. No, most of the schools do this culminating activity, and we have attended to all this. So this subject is designed to provide students the opportunity to integrate their learning in the different learning areas of the humanities and social sciences through a creative culminating activity. It focuses on the exhibits of authentic products and performances as evidence of their learning in the humanities and social sciences. So we believe in transfer of learning. They have to apply the skills that they have learned also. Okay? And that's in culminating activity. In consideration of the current limitations, the following may be undertaken by the schools. First, teachers must program the activities of learners where they can perform the learning home. Okay? That's why in our home learning guide also, we include all this. No, what are these activities that can be done? Can be done, and they are there. They must be doable also. That can be done by themselves, by the learners themselves. So since the subject's performance standard is to produce a creative portfolio that will integrate their learning in a specialized learning areas under humanities or social sciences, learners can be asked to, okay, we have number one, create a plan to make their portfolio, including its timeline, processes involved, and key concepts. Okay, so we have read that a while ago. Of course, you have to write a concept, and then also the insights, and then compile all these outputs in an overall reflection and learning based on the evaluation of their teachers. Of course, the teachers will have also their findings. They have their evaluation, their assessment of all these outputs of our learners. There, next slide, please. That's for Hume's culminating activity. Yes, I might forget, no? When I was also the school head of Tagaman National High School, we also invited Ma'am Leila Ariola, our division, our superintendent then, school division superintendent then, and we also have displayed many outputs. Okay, so for most essential learning competencies, is that the slide, Sir Ronnie? Content standard of the for first quarter, is that the one, sir? Or
Yes,
humanities? Yes.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So the learners demonstrate the understanding of. So when you say content standard, what do you want the learners to learn? Okay. Key concepts, principles, and processes of humanities and social sciences. Okay. And we have, yes, there one another, sir. And the performance standard, what do you want our learners to do? Okay, what do you want them to do? What are their expected outputs or outcomes? So they have to produce a creative portfolio that will integrate their learning in specialized learning areas under humanities or social sciences. Okay, and then here, no, we have of course our MELCs, and then we have at least how many MELCs per quarter. And for week 1, it says there week 1 to week 5, we have to formulate a plan that will demonstrate the key concepts again, principles and processes of humanities and social services. Write a concept anchored on the prepared plan. Yes. So there must be alignment, and then generate comments, feedbacks, and observations on the feasibility, appropriateness, and relevance of concept, and synthesize insights from the observations, comments, and recommendations of peers and or teachers, yes, insights, and later on for policy recommendations. Okay, whatever the findings are. Okay, and we have examine the preparedness and completeness of the output based on the key concepts, principles, and processes of humanities and social sciences. Showcase their understanding of the key concepts, principles, and processes of humanities and social sciences through an exhibition. So as I was saying earlier, we have witnessed all these exhibitions that our schools and the division have manifested. Okay. So, Sarah, next slide.
Anjo,
Yes, sir.
yun na yung end ng slides mo.
Okay, that's the end, and we hope that you were able to go over, no, or revisit what have been done during our face-to-face classes, no, and again, as I've said, our division has already done this, and we are witnesses to what you have also exerted, or no, we are we are very proud that for your efforts done in the display of your learners' outputs, no, with regard to work immersion. So, good afternoon, everyone, and have a happy lunch. See you around.
Okay, Mama Jo, thank you very much. Time check is 12:02. So shall we go on or shall we put this to halt and return this afternoon?
Sir Ronnie, our manager, would you like
Sir
to say something?
Dante, siguro ituloy na natin, kaunti na lang kasi yung ano kay Sir Randall.
Okay, so
Para hindi na tayo babalik mamaya.
Okay,
So,
okay.
na lang, working break na lang siguro tayo.
Okay,
Yes,
sir. So we ask our participants to bear with us. Okay, let's move on. For the presentation of arts, design, and sports track activities, let's welcome our EPS in MAPE, Sir Randall A. Talamayan. Hi, sir.
Thank you, Sir Dante.
Okay, sir, take it.
Good morning po sa lahat. We have at the moment, from what I know, is Cagayan National High School is offering the sports track and the arts and design track, commonly known as SAND, as in Buhangin, SAND, sports, arts and design track. But I do not know from our friends in the private school, they might be offering sports, arts and design track at this current school year. Anyone from our friends in the private schools? Okay.
Meron sa UCV, sir. Sports track.
Yes, sports track, UCV. Okay, that's
Yes,
good.
po.
We have the UCV sports track. Thank you, Sir Ariel.
Sige po, sir.
My dear friends, we have Mr. Rocky Banataw, the assistant school principal at Cagayan National School Senior High School, who is a co-chair of the National Technical Working Group. The group drafted, edited, and finalized the suggested activities for work immersion of sports, arts, and design track. So with this, my dear friends, may I request Sir Rocky to do the honor of presenting this suggested activities po. Sir Rocky, please come in.
Hello po, good afternoon to each and everyone. Sir Randall Talaman, thank you po sa time to talk with the suggested activities po given to our sports and arts and design track learners. So, I present po to you yung suggested activities that was already, should I say, evaluated and assessed by the central office. I am with Sir Harold Diaz, a specialist po sa central office po that time. So nabulabog po yung time po that time nung bigla sila tumawag and ask for some suggested activities. So with that, I give them po muna yung competencies. From the competencies ng work immersion po ng ating learners, ito na po yung nabuo namin for arts and design track and sports track. So here are the suggested activities po. Next slide po. So for music, in school po, music, arrangement, and composing. Then assisting in coaching junior high school music ensembles and music performances po. So I think po, in our arts and design learners po kasi may mga musically inclined po for our learners, they can go for these suggested activities po sa music in school po ito. Then next slide po. Sa home base naman, so ito po talaga dapat na gagawin kasi wala po talagang face-to-face pa sa atin, especially sa Division of Tuguegarao City. So music arranging, composing, then producing music via digital online platform po, using YouTube and Spotify and etc. or any platform po they can use. Then live performance po via online platform, Zoom, concerts, and FB Live. So, but the problem here is, how about those learners who do not have the gadget? So, I know naman po magagaling yung ating teachers ng Arts and Design sa Cagayan National High School Senior High. They have a lot of things that they can give it to our learners po in exchange po doon sa mga platform na yun na hindi kaya ng bata kung sakali po. Then, community-based music arranging, composing for community productions, online church services, LGU advertisements, and producing music via digital online platforms, same po, using YouTube, Spotify, and etc. Then music therapy for healing. Next slide po. Still under music po for school and industry tie-up, the school and partner instruction shall arrange the activities provide that physical distancing is observed at all times. Sample of initiatives are the following. Number 1, roundtable discussion with social distancing measures. Number 2, book launch via online platforms. 3, online visit museums, galleries, studio, and production house. 4, freelance art careers via website, animation, music production. Then, number 5, online performing arts classes with industry tie-up. 6, music production and media arts coverage for online church services. 7, production proposals. 8, short film production. 9, digital storybooks. And 10, animation. For the Cagayan National High School, Senior High School, yung industry tie-up po namin noon, yes, nadala po ng mga bata. Dinala po namin ng mga bata sa Cagayan National High School Junior po, under kay Ma'am Nima, and some rin po sa Cagayan State University. So, ito po, dati na rin pong nagagawa ng mga bata, but we don't know for at this time, because of this pandemic po. Pero I think with the guidance of those teachers from CNHS, SHS, kaya po. And then for those from private schools who are giving arts and design na rin, please, maganda po ang arts and design track. Mag-offer na rin po tayo ng arts and design tracks. And for those learners who are inclined in dancing, here are some suggested activities for their work immersion. In the school, dance choreography, assisting in dance coaching, and dance performances po. Next po, for home base, still, it's a dance choreography because they can choreograph dance naman at home. Then live performances via online platforms, Zoom concerts, FB Live, pwede rin naman po yan. Then for community-based, still for the choreography, because this is the most essential learning competency for dance, choreography-based, and then they can have it based on community culture. Then live performances via online platforms, Zoom concerts, FB Live, and dance rituals for healing. Next po, school and industry tie-up. In school, stage management and design for school productions and making for stage productions po. For tied up with industries, that's for theater na po tayo. Ito naman po yung mga learners po natin na inclined for theater. Then for home-based, live performances via online, the same time po, yan naman po ang pinakamainam na gamitin. Pero pwede po naman yung sa yung ginagamit po natin ngayon, Google Meet, pwede rin naman po. Then FB Live. Ayan, para mas madali po atang FB Live. Then direction and production of live performances using digital platforms. Then machine making for stage production. Next. Ay, tanggalin ko na po muna itong mask. Di ba po ko makahinga? Then for community-based live performances via online platforms, Zoom concerts, and FB Lives, and the direction and production of live performances using digital platforms. So marami po silang pwedeng pagpipilian for their work immersion. Next slide, sir. Yan, so for school and industry tie-up, the school partner instruction shall arrange activities provided still the safety health protocols, sample of initiatives, roundtable discussion with social distancing measures, book launch via online platforms, online visit museums, galleries, studios, and production house, freelance art careers via website, animation, music production, online performing arts classes with industry tie-up, music production and media arts coverage for online church services, production proposals, short film productions, digital storybooks, and animation. That's for theater po. Then, for learners who are inclined with visual arts, here are also the suggested activities. School, stage design, backdrop, props for school productions, school facilities, beautification, garden design, school walls, and etc. So napaka-visible po nito sa Cagayan National High School, Senior High School. Most of the murals there po ay gawa ng ating mga learners. For home base, home and interior design, production of functional arts, creative household items and furniture design, online publishing of digital graphics and animation. For community-based, community facilities, beautification, garden design, building walls, street, bridges, and etc. Then, for school and industry tie-up, just the same po with the other discipline in arts and design. For media arts, in school, documentation of school events, posters and advertisement materials, animated digital presentations as teaching aids. For home base, they can do this at home, digital productions using photography, videography, and online publishing of works. So, suggested po yan for home base. Then for community base, documentation of community events, posters, and advertisement materials, and animated digital. Still po, the same po tayo sa suggested activities, other media arts, school and industry tie-up po. Then for literary arts, in school, literary works as additional library reading materials, script writing for school productions, and writing lyrics for music compositions. Next po. For home base, suggested activities are literary writing, stories, poetry, novels, and lyrics, and online publishing of literary works. For community base, the same pa rin po dun sa school, sa home base. And same with the school and industry tie-up. Suggested activities are just the same po. So, most essential learning competencies for performing arts. Dance, particularly in dance. Content standard. Demonstrates an understanding of the principles regarding the relation of the body to mind and soul. So, wala pong, yan po, sige po sir, sa content standard, wala pong pagbabago dyan. Same with the performance standard, creates body movements for non-competitive success-oriented. So here are the most essential learning competencies po. So na-breakdown na rin po yung other competencies, pero little lang din po at natanggal dito sa performing arts. So for weeks 1 to 3, explores movement through music, develop physical skills, channel energy, stimulate imagination, and promote creativity. For week 4 and 5, uses body movements to communicate an image, idea, or communicate a feeling. For week 6 to 8, creates body movement to understand their bodies, the space around them, and their relation to each other. So this is good for first quarter po kasi weeks 1 to 8 na po yan. Then for performing arts, the content standard is to demonstrate an understanding of improvisational approaches that will lead to composition and dance making. So this is for second quarter. Second quarter po. Next po, performance standard is showcases ideas about a local topic through movement in a 2 to 5 minute dance study using improvisational tools as facilitated by the teacher. Pwede po silang gumamit din ng mga kahoy and others po just to create sound. And sometimes sound po is nagiging music na rin po yan. For most essential learning competencies for weeks 1 to 8, ayan po. Researches about traditional industries, heritage and architectural landmarks, explores movement using improvisational techniques, collaborating with peers in the process, and analyzes dance studies. Performing arts still on dance for third quarter. Oh, this is for second sem. Ay, pero third quarter. Bakit third quarter ito? Dance. Ayan. Tama po. So for second sem, content standard demonstrates understanding of choreographic devices such as use of body shapes and effort, the body in space and design, the body in time, and overall staging. For performance standard, creates an IO 10-minute dance with music to convey a part their chosen story, which will be showcased in class. So the most essential learning competencies for weeks 1 to 8, conceptualizes a story and breaks it into dance sections, beginning, middle, and end. Explores movement with peers using compositional elements together with available appropriate music to depict the story, analyzing and refining the dance through run-through. Then creates minimal sets, costumes, and props that are available in the locality. And for the fourth quarter, the content standard demonstrates an understanding of creativity and artistry infusing two different genres, such as Philippine folk dance and popular dance. For performance standard, creates a 5-minute dance piece that fuses Philippine dance with the popular Western dance form. A showcase of dance studies will be facilitated by the teacher. So, the most essential learning competencies, explores movement styles from a Philippine folk dance such as maglalati, and a popular dance such as hip-hop. For us po, yung maglalati kasi that is from for other places, I suggest po na we can have the Lahota dances po dito sa ating place, especially the Lahota Cagayana Tuligaraw version and Lahota Cagayana and Relay version po. So, madali lang po yung ituro. Then prepares rehearsals to refine and problem solve the entire performance po.
For performing arts theater po, entire production, okay na po yan, sir. For most essential learning competencies for theater, for those learners po who are inclined for theater, here are the most essential learning competencies. Next slide po, sir. Sa country standard po natin, demonstrates an understanding of elements of theater and drama as seen through various theater practices and styles. Pwede na rin po natin itong pasadahin lang, sir, kasi I think this was already given to the coordinators of arts and design naman po, na-discuss naman po kanina dito sa mga suggested activities, na ito rin naman po yung tinutumbok niya dito sa mga competencies. So next slide na po, sir. Go. Pakita na lang po natin. This is for music naman po. Ay, yan din po yung na-discuss ko po kanina din sa mga suggested activities that they can pass to us po. So here are for sports track learners naman po natin. The suggested activities are the following. The same po ito. Napagdaanan na po lahat ito ng mga bata natin from grade 11 to grade 12 po. Sir, balik lang po sa kabila. Sige pa po, sir. Ayan, sige sir. Next slide. Ayan, apprenticeship of campus po yan. So this is the last part of their career sa senior high school ng sports staff po. So itong student athlete enhancement po, ginagawa na rin po nila ito beforehand. Pero ito na nga, suggested activities for this pandemic po. In school and home base, design a meal plan for individual, dual, or team athletes prior to competition. They can also develop a fitness program for a particular athlete, make an online video presentation of conditioning training program for athletes in sports, for example, tennis, archery, and football. Pero mas mainam po yung gawin nyo dito kung ang learner po natin ay inclined po siya sa tennis na lang po siya, and then doon na lang po nila i-develop yung mga strengths po nila, or they can also provide this for those who aspires as an athlete soon po. Then write an article of an athlete's journey from screening to training to competition. How did she or handle winning or losing po? Next slide. For practice coaching naman po in school or home base, design a rehabilitation, reorientation, and retraining program for an athlete who incurred suffering injuries for his or her reintegration to the team. Develop a strength and conditioning program in coaching for elementary girls athletes or high school girls athletes. Then analyze a game plan in one of the individual or dual team sports. Yes, sir. Next slide na po. For practice officiating and tournament management, design a tournament competition and schedule of games for 7 entries in the following format: single elimination, double elimination, and round-robin tournament for 5 playing days. May either be an individual, dual, or team event. Create an online infomercial on sports safety and injury prevention. Then develop an action plan for sports sponsorship campaigns or marketing. Then develop a training program for sports clinic for officiating officials, individual, dual, or team sports. For fitness, sports, and recreational leader, develops a recreational program suited for athletes with disabilities. Interview a CrossFit trainer and evaluate his or her fitness program. Design an exercise program for athletes in individual and dual or team sports. Write an article on the experiences of a fitness sports recreation leader in assisting a group of Zumba dancers. So the most essential learning competencies po, mapasada na lang din po natin since I think the sports track coordinator, Sir Ariel, meron na rin po itong kopya na iniwan ko na po sa kanya. And you can share this, Sir Ariel, po sa ating partner school din po na UCV po. Kasi meron din pong sports track ang University of Cagayan Valley. For our private schools po, please offer sports track. Ang ganda po ng sports track. So with that po, I am done with the presentation. Thank you very much, Sir Randall, for the opportunity, and to Cagayan National High School principal and assistant principals po, thank you.
Thank you, Sir Rocky. Thank you.
Care of my son, sports, arts, and design tracks po. Thank you very much po. God bless us po.
Sir Rocky is now the school head of Palwa Tuguegarao West National High School po. Thank you and good morning po.
Hi, sir. Congratulations, Sir Rocky. And of course, thank you, Sir Randall Talamayan.
Thank you po.
Yeah, hi, Sir Rocky. Thank you very much. And what will the future bring to us? May we ask Ma'am Jonalyn Calueng, our assistant principal from the senior high school, now a standalone senior high school, Cagayan National High School. Hi, sir. Hi, Ma'am Jonah. Take the floor. Take the mic. Take the spotlight. Okay.
Hi po. Blessed afternoon. Nakikita niyo na po yung presentation ko?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay po.
Yes, Don.
Sige po. Thank you for entrusting me this task. Okay po. Wait lang. Medyo naghahang. Thank you for giving me the opportunity. Medyo nirush ko lang po ito kagabi, so allow me to share it po. Okay na po ba? Nasa site na? Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay po. So, medyo mag-drama tayo ng konti. It is an epistle to a learner in the new normal. Dear learners in the new normal, at times when you feel at the end of your rope, when you feel trapped and depressed, what should you do? Do you cry in despair? Do you get angry or rant in social media? Or do you take drugs? No. Even if you feel very sad, like a fool, lonely, afraid, and inferior, remember your teachers, school heads, who are in attendance in the virtual orientation on the guidelines for work immersion implementation in the new normal. They too are in your shoes right now. They are at the end of their rope because what they have been used to in doing in the past cannot be done now. Their partner agencies before might not be existing anymore or may not be too eager to accommodate work immersion learners. Participants feel lost and trapped precisely because of the demands of work immersion in the new normal. And some queries may still be in parking lot mode. And they feel depressed, for no matter what happens, they have to abide with the guidelines. What will they do? Will they cry in despair? Of course not. They had Sir Ray, Ma'am Tess, Ma'am Estela, Sir Ronnie, Sir Marlo, Ma'am Jo, Sir Randall, and Sir Arby who filled their cup to the brim. Will they get angry for the work seem tedious? Of course not. What makes this year's work immersion experience exciting yet practical is the school-based, home-based, and community-based schemes for arts and design, sports, and TVL tracks, while business simulation, culminating activity, and capstone research may be done by those in the academic track. Or will participants turn into a monster for the guidelines seem too difficult? The schemes seem too ambitious? No. Remember, they are committed and efficient participants who were encouraged, enlightened, and guided by speakers who made the virtual orientation sound so easy and promising. Through the orientation, they came to realize that the guidelines are constructive steps forward to a safer and learner-centered work immersion experience. Through this endeavor, all participants can change the way they are doing things, and that through this activity, they empower participants, perform magic for their learners, and transform schools in extraordinary ways. Now, feel special and happy learners in the new normal. For together, with the assistance of the experts from SDO to Gigarao City, who tirelessly work to make things easy, simple, and safe for all of us, you soon can have an immersion experience responsive to our times, no more, no less. May this then be a continuation of our journey towards meaningful learning even during crisis. Love, your participants to the virtual orientation on the guidelines for work immersion implementation in the new normal. Gracias, everyone.
Thank you very much, Ma'am Joanna, for that dramatic presentation of our future. With that, we believe our destiny has been written in the stars. And I hope that the future is for us to win despite our circumstances. Thank you very much, Ma'am Joanna. Congratulations for that. Yeah, we love it.
Congratulations, Ma'am Jonah.
Yes, Ma'am Jonah. Ma'am Jonah, Sir D.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Sir
po.
D. May I be heard? Ma'am Jonah, can we ask somebody to put that into comics or anything? Yes.
Sige po, ma'am. Opo,
Yes,
opo.
that's very good.
Opo.
Yeah.
Sige po, ma'am.
Okay. So any last words? No, last words. Any words from Sir Ronnie, our program manager, before we end our webinar?
Yes, sir. Thank you very much, Sir Dante. Sir Dante, thank you very much for sharing your time for us in the division of Tuguegarao City.
Always, sir.
Ma'am Josie, Sir Marlo, and to everyone. Thank you very much for your cooperation and sharing your expertise for this activity. Again, thank you very much. God bless to all. Stay safe and healthy always.
Sir, picture take naman. Sir, wala bang picture
we have
Picture naman tayo, Sir D.
Please open your cameras.
Ang tagal.
Okay, Sir Ronnie, 1, 2. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Smile. Okay. Yeah.
Smile talaga no?
While you're taking pictures. I think that ends our webinar. I believe there are questions which we have given answers, but there are still questions which we have to find in the school as we go through with the planning of our work immersion. Okay, so I'd like to end by sharing to you a quote from Ogmandino's The Gift from Akabar, which I read this weekend. It says here, we are a life raft in an ocean of terror. It's terrible and it's terrible. However, we shall find a way, never fear, never fear.